In this episode, we're going to explore a simple but powerful framework I've created. It's something I call the Relationship Quadrant. It'll help you map out the people in your life, see who's truly aligned with your highest vision, and guide you towards setting those boundaries that protect your energy and amplify who you are becoming. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the Transform with Angel show. I am Angel. I'm your cheerleader for change. And today we're talking about one of the most important and probably the most often overlooked part of your transformation journey: aligning your allies. Here's the truth: your tribe determines your vibe, and your vibe determines your life. Who you surround yourself around, your relationships, the quality of the connections that you have in your life, your circle, has a direct impact on the quality of your life. Relationships are the mirrors. They're the messages for your soul. And sometimes they're the messes. Let's face it, that and those messages sometimes shape who we are becoming. So it's really important that we become mindful of the people who are helping to shape who we are becoming. Some people truly do enter our life as blessings, others as lessons. And if we're really honest, a few of those are both. Usually, alternating Tuesdays. Now, all kidding aside, when we pay attention to who enters our life and the lesson they bring or the blessing that they're giving us, our whole attitude towards relationships becomes vitally different, vitally important, but different. But here's the key. Either your relationships accelerate your growth or anchor you in an outdated version of yourself. If you're listening here today, I know you're ready to step into that next version of yourself. And what that means is that you're paying close attention to who's walking beside you, who's cheering you on, and who's secretly hoping you trip and fall. In this episode, we're going to explore a simple but powerful framework I've created. It's something I call the Relationship Quadrant. It'll help you map out the people in your life, see who's truly aligned with your highest vision, and guide you towards setting those boundaries that protect your energy and amplify who you are becoming. So grab a pen, paper, your journal, and maybe keep this list private because let's be real, no one wants to accidentally see their initials in the wrong box. So let's do some soul work today and create awareness around aligning your allies. Because when you align your allies, you align with your destiny. And remember, this quadrant that we're going to get into, it moves. It's alive. As new people come in, others move out. It's a constant cycle. It's not static, it's energy in motion. Let's start here. You've probably heard that saying, who you surround yourself with shapes your future. Jim Rohn said it best. You are the average of 5 people you spend the most time with. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's true. Because your relationships aren't just social, they're neurological. I'm going to get into that. When you interact with someone on a regular basis, your brains start to sync up. There are electromagnetic energy fields that coincide with one another. It's called neural mirroring. This is the brain's way of matching the energy, the tone, maybe the emotional state of those around you. Maybe even thoughts, because thoughts are electric, emotions are magnetic. All of these things have a frequency that we tap into the more we hang out with someone. So when you spend time with positive, focused, visionary people, your brain releases dopamine and oxytocin, the same chemicals that enhance learning, motivation, trust. But when you are around negativity or drama, your brain fires up cortisol, the stress hormone that drains creativity and lowers your emotional frequency. This is what happens when we get triggered. Like you see that post on social media and you're immediately like, what? Oh my God, I can't believe this person is posting this. Da, da, da. That's cortisol. That's that stress hormone. When you are aware of what is happening in the body, you can manage it. And so those contacts, those connections, they have a place in your quadrant that you can put them in, and be rest assured that they're in the right place in your life so that it doesn't impact your vibe. What this essentially means is your circle is literally shaping your brain chemistry. So yeah, choose your tribe isn't just good advice, it's neuroscience. Let's talk a little bit about why relationships matter in the transformation process. We're all going through some transformation, and our relationships will impact our energy as we're evolving into that next greatest version of ourselves. In A Course in Transformation, the guidebook that I've created, I wrote, our relationships define who we are and who we become. Every person who crosses your path comes with a purpose, a message, a mirror, or a moment of truth. They show you your light, or they reveal your shadows. Sometimes both. I love the people in my life who hold up the mirror for me. I like to consider myself an extremely coachable person. I am constantly on the quest to become a better version of myself. So somebody that I trust and respect, when they give me some honest feedback, I take that to heart. And I will spend some time to process it, analyze it, look at myself, figure out the root, where it came from, try to discard it if it's something I don't want in my life anymore. And we all should do that. We all should do some self-excavation and get rid of the stuff that's no longer serving us. And our relationships are no different. Think about your life for a moment. Maybe you have a friend who believed in you before you even did. And they're cheering you on, saying, you've got this, you can do it. They are the mirror of your potential. Think about the partner who maybe challenged your boundaries. They are the mirror of your power. They invited you to step into that power. Sometimes maybe even forced you to step into that power. Think about the colleague who tested your patience. The person that just drives you nuts, that you got to deal with every day. They mirror your growth edge and help you develop patience, humility, compassion, understanding, active listening. So when you are triggered, you've got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, what is it that is making me feel this way? It's usually through the filter in which you see the world. So when you see those social media posts and the contacts, your friends on Facebook that trigger you, that's a mirror too. Triggers are simply the emotional GPS systems pointing us to where we still need some healing. There's some emotional wounds there, maybe from a past relationship we didn't fully process and heal from. So these things are all really important factors to take into consideration when aligning your allies. All right, let's talk about my favorite framework, the Relationship Quadrant. You might want to grab your journal and a pen and create your own quadrant, or simply imagine a square divided into 4 boxes. Across the top, you have productive and unproductive, and down the side, you have significant and insignificant. And here's how it breaks down. The top left quadrant would be productive and significant. These are your allies. These are your cheerleaders, your collaborators, your mentors, the ones who lift you higher. They're the people who challenge you to grow, to celebrate your evolution, and point out how far you've come on your journey. These people are so vitally important to surround yourself around. They see the highest version of who you are before you're even living it. The lower left quadrant is productive and insignificant. These are strategic connections. They are your professional contacts, LinkedIn connections, the people who add value but don't necessarily feed your soul. Keep it mutually beneficial, but stay aware of the energy exchange. They help you, but they don't have that significance and deep purpose and meaning in your life. The upper right-hand quadrant is unproductive and significant. These are the emotional attachments. Oh, these are the tricky ones. These are family members, old friendships, even romantic relationships that mean something, but cost you your peace. You love them, but you have to love them wisely. They've hurt you, and you know it's okay to let them go. They have a place in your heart. They are significant. They've helped you grow. They've helped you become the person you've become. Perhaps at one point they were a cheerleader, and now they've become a little bit more less meaningful because of that pain they caused you. I know for me, you will always live in my heart. If you are a friend in my heart, which if you've gotten that far, breaking down the barriers to get to my heart, you will stay there forever. You will have a place in my heart. But you may not have my time. You will not have my energy. If you have hurt me, if you have betrayed me in some way, you will be let go. And I will send you off with love. But I will always hold that space that you and I've had in my heart and soul, knowing that it served a divine purpose. And I thank you for that. I hold immense gratitude for those people. But this is where boundaries really do play a huge factor. Boundaries are your sacred act of self-respect and love. You can't let people shit on you and then go back to being best friends with them. There's a misalignment there. So pay attention to that stuff. And finally, the lower right quadrant, the unproductive and insignificant, what you can consider the zone. I can take them or leave them. These are surface level acquaintances or social media friends you've never met, you engage with out of habit, perhaps, but not authentic connection. They don't hurt you, but they don't help you either. And if you think about it, if it's not mutual, if it's not meaningful or growth oriented, it's just mental clutter. So be wise on how much energy you dedicate to the people in this quadrant. If you haven't already, go ahead, take a moment, sketch out your own quadrant. Write initials, not names. Keep it private because seeing it on paper, it's eye-opening. It shows you exactly where your energy is flowing and where it's leaking. All right, let's talk a little bit about the energy exchange and the neuroscience of connection. You know that feeling when you meet someone and you instantly click. That's not magic. That's neural resonance. Your brain releases dopamine and serotonin when it senses that energetic alignment. You literally vibe at the same frequency. This happens with Brad, my husband, constantly. We think of the things at the same exact time, and then we move in that direction at the same time, like I was just going to feed Annie. Well, I was just going to feed Annie. It's all day long. Of course, we chuckle, we smile, we follow it up with a kiss, but we feel this immense gratitude when that happens and an appreciation for this magical connection in this divine relationship that we've been blessed with. Perhaps that's why we seem to manifest more of it, but because there's a lot of power in gratitude. Anyway, I am diverting here. The opposite is true too. When someone's energy is off, whether through manipulation, jealousy, or just constant complaining and negativity, drama, your nervous system feels it. Your mirror neurons are like, uh-oh, danger, stranger danger, danger ahead, and cortisol spikes, and you feel triggered. When you're messing with my Zen space and my inner peace, unless I'm here to help you in some way, I'd rather not have that in my life. And it's okay to make those decisions. Your body becomes the truth teller. You can feel it in your gut about someone. Use your intuition. We're going to really be talking about intuition and developing our intuition here, because your mind will try to rationalize all of this away. Your ego is here to protect us, but when you know in your gut, that's your soul, and your energy doesn't lie. Your ego will lie to you all day long, but your soul will not. Your intuition is simply your brain's pattern recognition system. It's interpreting unseen data. So use that intuition and practice using that intuition. How does any of this apply to leadership? Let's talk about leadership in the relationship quadrant. So let's bring it home for you leaders. Whether you lead a team, a family, an entire organization, understanding your relationship quadrant is essential for energy management, which is actually more valuable than emotional intelligence. We'll get into that in a future podcast episode, but I just wanted to plant a little seed there. It takes it one step beyond emotional intelligence when you can manage your energy before any of those emotions have a chance of kicking in. So as leaders, our greatest resource isn't time, it's attention. Where are we putting our attention? Where are we putting our energy, our intention? And who gets your attention determines your culture. It determines your environment. It determines your life experience. That energy is what makes that ripple effect into your teams. It impacts the vibes of the people that you work with. It ripples out to your organization, into your community, into your family, and so on, creating the collective culture, not just your own bubble. So this is how your energy can have an impact collectively. Let's think about your workplace. You've got those productive and significant relationships. These are the teammates who are fully aligned. They are solutions focused and energizing to be around, right? You've got those people. You also have the productive and insignificant connections. They're great collaborators who may not be emotionally close, but they keep that engine running. So they're productive. They keep you productive and operating on all cylinders, but you may not have that close bond with them. Then there's the unproductive, significant relationships. That long-term employee, the colleague who you deeply care for, but who resists growth or drains your morale. They're unproductive, but they have some significance and meaning to you in some way. Tough love and clear boundaries are what's key here. And then, of course, the unproductive, insignificant interactions, the office gossip, the chronic complainer, the passive scroller in the break room, the one who just doesn't know when to end a story and they go on and on and on and on, or dominate the meeting. It's frustrating. Those are the unproductive, insignificant ones that just like to hear themselves talk and they're not saying anything of value. So pay attention to that. And perhaps you can, as a leader, give them some healthy feedback in a loving, compassionate way. I can coach you on that. If you'd like, please reach out, DM me, or send me a message if that's something you're interested in. But here's the leadership truth. Not everyone deserves a seat at your inner table. Some belong in the audience. And some need to leave the building altogether. With love and gratitude, of course. Great leadership requires discernment, not judgment, about where your energy is best invested. How do you attract and align allies? Yeah, how do you attract the right people? You become the energy you want to align with. It's that simple. Ask yourself, who am I becoming? And who believes in that version of me? Find those people. If you're growing, your circle is going to shift. It just is. Don't mourn it. Honor it. Embrace that time of solitude where you feel like you have no friends. It's beneficial. And here's a few tips. Engage in communities that share your values. Things like mastermind groups, retreats, soul groups, coaching programs, group coaching programs. I have webinars. I'm starting to do more and more webinars for this reason, to bring these like souls together. Another thing you can do is celebrate your wins and find those to celebrate with. When you can call up somebody and say, oh my gosh, I just accomplished this great thing this week. I'm so proud of myself. Would you come out and celebrate with me? And they authentically want to be there. They'll drop everything to be there. And lastly, notice how your body feels around people. Your peace is your compass. Let that be your guide. And remember, aligned relationships, they're not about perfection. Nobody's perfect, but they are about evolution. You'll know when you have found your tribe. When growth feels safe and truth feels welcomed. All right, beautiful souls. Take a deep breath. Whew, this was a lot to take in. So who showed up in your quadrant today? Which relationships lift you higher? And which ones drain your fire? Remember this, your destiny was never meant to be a solo act. Transformation isn't a one-person sport. It's a team event. And people come into your life with a purpose. Through studying numerology, you have, in many cases, if not all cases, have a soul agreement with all the people and the relationships that you've had. They're here to play a role in your life. They're all allies. Whether they're a blessing or a lesson, doesn't matter. They're here to help you evolve in some way. And your allies, they're the ones who reflect back the best in you. Believe in who you're becoming. They believe in your becoming. They believe in your journey. They support you and they remind you of your brilliance on the days you forget. If you're not changing, you're not transforming. If you're not transforming, you're not evolving. And if you're not evolving, you just might be stuck in someone else's story. So stay true to yourself and surround yourself around those that help you evolve. Because likely you're helping them too, and you have an agreement to do so. So my challenge to you is this: align your allies. Surround yourself around those who see your light and cheer you on as you rise into the next greatest version of yourself. If this episode spoke to you, share it with your tribe, the ones who make your quadrant shine. And if you're ready to go even deeper, grab your copy of A Course in Transformation and continue this journey with me. It's available on Amazon, and it is a working guidebook that will help you grow, evolve, and transform into that next version of who you wish to be as you are dedicated to your destiny. So until next time, remember, transformation is contagious. We can help one another. Be the light. Find your tribe. And let's transform together. As we close with an affirmation, repeat after me. I attract the people in my life who serve my highest good. I lovingly let go of those who hold me back to becoming the next greatest version of who I am. Thank you for being here today. Sending you lots of love. I'll see you next time.